Good afternoon, everyone. The stage is just about set to welcome the Hunter Mariners onto their home ground for the very first time. Brilliant sunshine here in Newcastle. Great setting here. It's been a long time coming, but the Mariners have docked at long last. Not a bad team list first up either, with players who have semi-final and grand final experience. A couple of internationals, and one of them, Tony Iro, is the captain as the cheerleaders welcome their team to Breakers Stadium, which looks in great condition today.
The Hunter Mariners, sailors on the high seas of sporting history.
Robbie McCormick, Nick Zesty, who'll play in the centres. Not a recognised centre. That could be a problem for the Hunter Valley Mariners today. Well, for the first time in years as a new club captain at Canterbury, Simon Gillies takes over the reins from the legend Terry Lamb. Good pre-season form, but this is the real thing. It's their 63rd season as the Blues fly high over Breakers Stadium. Not a capacity crowd here. Talking to representatives, they suggested maybe 8,500 to 9,000. But they will be very supportive, very vocal. Hunter. Well, the back line is a little bit of a makeshift one. No real experience in the centre. Zesty and Godden playing there really for the first time. But there's some experience in the halfback position and some excitement at fullback in Robbie Ross. The forward pack, not a bad one, especially the back three. The captain, Tony Iro, Marquette and Pinchinelli. The coaches, Graham Murray. Now the Canterbury lineup. More experience here, more of a settled back line, even though Elsgood was a late replacement. Masri is in there. Ryan and Timu, Halligan, Polomouta in the forwards. Well, Gillies, Halmona and Redden, not a bad back three, but they probably have a better pack up front in the front row, Canterbury. The coach, Chris Anderson, yet again. A couple of very interesting game breakers out there today as well. The halfbacks, this man here, Noel Goldthorpe, moved from St George, a grand finalist last year. They say if you shut him down today, you may shut the Mariners down. And his opposite, wearing the number 1 jersey for the Bulldogs, Craig Polomouta, with no Terry Lamb. He'll be directing the traffic today as well. The referee, the man in the black and white striped shirt, the man wide for sound is Steve Clark, and we're underway. It's history. 2 tribes going to war in Newcastle. The Mariners, they weathered the storm off the field over the past 2 years. Now it's time for action on the field, and a bit of a sloppy kick-off there. Wally Lewis.
Well, Clarkie, it was almost a very disastrous start for the home side. Obviously, the players on the sideline didn't want the ball to go into touch, but attempting to keep it into play could have almost handed a try to Canterbury Bankstown inside the first 10 seconds.
In you go, just hold in there steady.
Nervous start there for the locals.
Steady.
The scrum. 10 metres out. Chance for the Bulldogs, and Polomouta tried to find the gap.
Got him one, clear him.
As the back row forwards broke. Now it's from dummy half.
That's
Hetherington
2.
5 metres out. This is a great start for the Bulldogs. Polomouta directing the traffic, looking for the runners.
Got him 3, let him up,
He finds Mitch Newton.
Let him up.
Good defence though, right in front of the uprights. Hamono turns it back inside, and that is the first try of the match. What a start! Hazim El Masri scores the first try in the Super League competition for the Bulldogs in 1997. A real setback for the locals.
Well, El Masri does put the ball down. There will be a little bit of a contentious issue here about whether there was a shepherd play coming into motion, shifting the ball to the right-hand side. Here we see one of the Canterbury players almost holding it up before the play is offloaded, but he certainly is a very, very big man to pull down.
And Wally, that comes back to that early mistake by the Mariners.
Yeah, it does. There's one of the shepherd plays that came into motion there. It certainly did put the defensive line out. But really, we've got to go all the way back, right from the start to that kickoff. Now, whether nerves played a part or not, it certainly was a very, very bad decision to make.
And it was, in fact, 33 that came on the inside. Matthew Ryan that scored the try. Halligan lines it up, about 10 metres in from the broadcast touch here at Breakers Stadium. The sharpshooter, over 1,000 points since making his debut in 91. Off to a flying start in 97. 6 points to 0 it is. The Bulldogs over the Mariners. The try scorer was, in fact, Matthew Ryan, number 33. So, Wally, we didn't get much of a chance to have a look at the numbers on the back of the jerseys.
Stay behind that line.
Well, we see the home side now get a second chance for a kick-off. This time, I'm sure they won't make any mistakes.
Got him one. Let him up. Let him up.
6 points the difference early on. Big defence by
That's
Halmono first of all.
Clear him. Roll away.
The Mariners just trying to run it out of their
That's
own red
3.
zone.
Here it is, Canterbury. Wait. That's 4.
One out stuff
Here
at
it
the
is,
moment.
boys.
28 out from their own line. McCormick having a dart from dummy half.
That's 5. Here it is, Canterbury.
Final tackle coming up. Goldthorpe
All chases are on.
into open spaces. And Rod Silver picks it up on his own 20-metre mark.
That's 0.
Taken by Zisti, and also in there was
Back to
Beecham.
one. That's his first. Roll away. Here it is, Mariners.
Halmono, not a bad
That's
buy from the
2.
Manly club.
Clear
It's a
him,
great
clear
buy.
him.
He certainly has added a lot of size to that, the Bulldogs pack. When you have a look at the big fellas that are up front there that really
That's
don't need too
3.
much assistance
Release
as
him,
well, with
release him.
the guys like Darren Britt carrying the ball, it's going to make them a very formidable unit up front.
That's 4. Got him 4.
The Bulldogs, and Darren Brett plays it 8 from halfway. Olamata out wide. Norton gets it in behind Beecham, and it's going to roll into touch over on the far side. Bit of pressure coming on there from Daryl Halligan flying through the Bulldogs winger.
Mariners, please, Lee.
The scrum will pack down about 31 out from the Mariners line.
Hold it there, Canterbury. Where you are, just wait for it.
Tony
Hold it.
Iro, what a day for him. The Kiwi international
Right, Mariners,
leading the
we go.
Mariners.
Hold it there, Canterbury. Back to 5.
Goldthorpe.
Got him one. Clear him.
He finds Hill. Piccinelli, McCormick, no way through
That's
there.
2. Here it is.
Iro to the halfway.
That's 3. Here it is.
Three Bulldogs defenders in there to wrap him up.
That's 4. Here it is, Canterbury. All the way back.
Goldthorpe, he has the line-up out to the left, cut-out pass, quick hands.
That's 5.
Hill plays it.
Guys.
McCormick,
Stay
midfield
out,
bomb.
stay out. Play on.
Taken well though,
That's 0.
so the Bulldogs have it. 30 out from their own line.
That's his first. Here it is, and wait.
Hetherington, an easy
That's
10
2.
metres.
Here it is.
Polomauta turning it infield. This is
That's his
Halmono,
third. Back with me, Mariners. Here it is.
almost on the halfway. Polomauta
All chases are on.
sends Robbie Ross back into the in goal, and that is too big.
Dead fellas.
They'll have a restart
20
back on the
place kick.
20-metre mark.
Quite a strong breeze
Don't go early,
at the ground
Canterbury.
here. Will play a heavy part in the kicking game
Wait,
early in the piece, I guess.
Wait.
Favouring the Bulldogs at the moment. Personally, I always thought it was a
That's his
pretty good
first.
decision to come home with the breeze, especially if you felt like you're getting lazy halfway through that second half.
What are you trying to
That's
say, Wally? Did you get a bit
two.
lazy in your time?
Get that foot on it.
Goldthorpe,
That's 3. Get the
wrapped
foot on
up ball and all, 15 from halfway. McCormick throwing the dummy almost through the
it.
gap.
That's 4. Here it is.
Simon
Keep
Gillies
coming.
just managed to hold on. Iro out wide, great ball.
That's 5.
The defence read it well.
Here it is, Canterbury. You're all on.
Final tackle, Goldthorpe. Another
All
midfield
chases
bomb.
are on.
El Masri can't
Play
control
on.
it, but it falls back in the hands of Silver.
That's 0.
Lucky bounce there for the
Let him
Bulldogs.
go.
The Mariners obviously fancy their
Back to
chances in
one.
the air.
Yeah, I think so. We're talking about that breeze just a little earlier.
his
When you've got
first.
that midfield bomb
Here it is,
going
here
on,
it is.
certainly is going to create a little bit of a disturbance for the man standing under the
That's
ball.
2.
His judgment's not
Here it
only
is,
going to be
Mariners,
in
here
where
it
it's
is.
coming down, but the speed in which it's going to be going sideways or backwards.
That's 3.
Good
Clear him.
meters there from Mitch Newton, the front rower.
That's 4.
Gillies takes it inside Mariners territory.
That's it.
Norton away from 1.
That's 5. Here it is, here it is. All the
Final
way,
tackle. Polomata
They're all onside, they're all on.
straight into the arms of Beecham.
That's 0. Here it is,
0
Canterbury,
tackle.
here it is. Back to 1. That's his first.
Well, there was a big hole up around the ruck that time for the Mariners. Now they're halfway. Just starting to get a bit of a roll on. Justin Dooley. McCormick. Tim Madison. Pass back to McCormick, a little flat-footed. Robbie Ross. Good inside pass to Hill. This is better work by the Mariners. A chance out wide. Zesty cutting back in field, though, and the cover got across there. 18 metres out. The Mariners trail by 6 points to 0. Here's their best scoring opportunity so far. Deep inside Canterbury territory, and a penalty almost in front of the uprights.
Plain advantage is none there.
There's a certain 2 if they want it, and Tony Iro wants to take the 2 from there. Not a bad decision early on, Wally.
Yeah, you've got to make up your mind whether you want to take the insurance of the 2 points or gamble. Of course, we've seen so much of the ball end up on the floor of the first couple of games of the Super League competition. The blame has gone squarely on the football. I suppose he believes that the way that they've been going today, although they have controlled the footy fairly well, it might be a bad idea to put themselves inside that gap with this 2 points. At the moment, they're a full converted try away from Canterbury. Should this one be successful, it gives them just the opportunity to post a try and be level.
So asked to do the kicking duties today is Nick Zesty, and they're taking plenty of water on board. Really hot conditions here at Breaker Stadium today. But because of the conditions underfoot, we've seen some fairly good work and some good handling skills so far. A bit different to last night's match and the humid conditions in Brisbane. Zesty. He becomes the first point scorer in the history of the Mariners in the Super League. So they narrow the gap 6 points to 2 now. It's still the Bulldogs over the Hunter Valley Mariners. A good confidence boost for
Stay
Zesty.
behind the line, Mariners. Behind the line. Stay behind it.
Goldthorpe with the restart. Picked up by Gillies.
But you got him 1! Roll
Fully
away,
recovered
roll
from
away!
that knee construction, the right knee that you see strapped.
That's 2! Got him 2!
Polomata.
Play on. That's his third.
Have to try some hurdling skills to get over Gillies.
And hold it. That's 4 on the line, fellas.
10 from halfway. Polomata
Ball
finding
takes
some
it on.
open spaces, but Robbie Ross is at home.
Play on.
As classy fullback for the Mariners.
That's 0. Release him, Canterbury. You're leaning down on him. Got to get up. Can't lean on him. Yeah, you can't lean on him.
So it's a penalty to the Mariners. Relieving penalty for them. And Goldthorpe will find touch.
Thanks, Nashy. With a touch, Judge Canterbury.
A couple of metres from halfway. Madison.
There, you got him 1. Don't touch him. That's it. Get that foot on it.
Dooley.
That's 2!
Driven back in the tackle.
Got him 2.
Good defence by the Doggies.
Now roll away. Don't lean on him. Play
McCormick.
on.
Got it back.
That's 3. Here it is.
Godden plays it.
Yep, you're right.
Goldthorpe looking for the runners. Cut out pass.
That's 4. Line, Canterbury, line. Yep.
30-metre mark.
Play on. They're all onside.
The kick by Goldthorpe, the chase, but they're into touch over on the far side. Beechett was flying through, but it beat him into touch.
Canterbury feed loose. Just hold it there, hold it there. Canterbury loose, in you go. Okay, when you're in.
Colomado with the feed. Brings Halligan in from the left wing.
Let him up, don't touch him, don't touch him. That's two! Here it is, here it is, here it is!
The Mariners seem to be on a bit of a roll now, both on attack and defence.
10 metres, fellas.
Yeah, I think they'll be fairly happy with what's happened at the moment, despite that horror first 60 seconds. They're handling Canterbury's conditions fairly well. Now, I've got to bring up a point here. We've probably been talking about the humid conditions in Brisbane last night and giving them fair excuse for dropping the ball, but it was nowhere near what the temperature's like here. It is damn hot out in that football field. These guys are running around. They're doing a fair bit of sweating, a lot more than they would have had in Brisbane last night, and their ball control has been far better than what it was in the northern town last night.
Bulldogs back inside Mariners territory. Make it to the 30-metre mark. And they've dropped the football. And Goldthorpe is there to clean it up.
Back to one.
Iro. Now the Mariners knock it back to Iro. Keeping it alive. There's some sloppy play there from both sides, and now it's the Bulldogs who come away with it. A metre from halfway. 6 points to 2. Canterbury over Hunter.
Back to one.
Gillies.
That's his first. Here it is, fellas.
The polka dot underwear.
That's two. Here it is, here it is.
Colomado. Turning on the inside to Reed, and back it goes to Gillies. Taken by Iro, and also in there. Teammate to put him to ground, but now they go wide, and Norton. The bounce is good for Timu. We haven't seen much of the Kiwi international John Timu. A real strike force out wide. Limited opportunity so far. Polamaunda losing the ball.
Cross forward by Canterbury.
Might give me an opportunity at this stage to take the foot out of my mouth. I mentioned around about 2 minutes ago that we were seeing classic ball control. We've had 5 turnovers of possessions in the last 2.5 minutes.
We're about to retweet the news agency from Thursday at the Dorothy Suite, which is 3 numbers.
Mariners
You
loose.
put the mocker on them well and truly, Wally.
Get it in. Hold it there, Canterbury. Hold it there. Play on.
So it's Goldthorpe.
Got him
Out to
one.
Ross.
Here it is, here it is. Let him go, let's get up.
20 from halfway.
Let's go. That's his third. Here it is, Canterbury. Release him.
McCormick a dummy half to Iro, who loves running wide. That's a great pass, and even better skills now. Hill gets it over now to Thompson. Thompson tried to get the ball inside, and it's into touch. Well, they look very dangerous down the flank on that occasion, and it was that man, Tony Iro, that started it. Young Gavin Thompson just couldn't get the pass inside.
It was exceptional work. We're seeing some very good acute angles in the running, hitting holes fairly well. You mentioned the man that opened up the opportunity, though. He's starting to lead by example now. He realises the pressure that's on his shoulders. But the confidence level, I think, is the thing that's really improved for the Hunter Mariners over the last 5 or 10 minutes. They realise that they've been handling these guys fairly well.
It's the Bulldogs now with that 4-point advantage, 6 points to 2.
You didn't throw your two. Straight between your legs. Straight between your legs.
Well, here's another scoring opportunity for the Mariners. The Bulldogs not too happy with the decision, but Steve Clark says he didn't play the ball correctly. That's a penalty, and it's almost in front. And Nick Zisti will have a chance to narrow the gap even more. The big men will be feeling the heat out there. Mitch Newton. Timu. Wet towels over the head, the order of the day. 1 from 1 so far for Zisti. Grand finalist with the Dragons last year. (6-2) becomes 6-4, 2-point ball game at Breakers Stadium. 2 from 2 now for Zisti, and just 2 points in it.
Stay behind him.
Under the Super League rules, a team that scores kicks off, and the restart once again from Galthorpe.
Got him one, clear him.
Pretty solid defence there from the Mariners.
That's 2. Release him. Here it is, Mariners.
Gillies, the skipper, leading the
That's
charge.
3.
Good run,
Release
5
him,
from
release
halfway.
him. All the way. High on. That's 0. Mariners
Have
ball.
to turn the
Mariners
football
ball.
over, right on
That's the
halfway. Iro, Galthorpe, Piccinelli standing wide.
That's his first. Here it is, Canterbury. Get him up, get him up.
Ross. Bochum on the angle running
That's
on
2.
the
Release
inside,
him.
32 out from the line. McCormick,
That's 3. All the way, all the way. Yep.
Galthorpe,
Play on.
play on. The man wasn't taken out without the ball, and Solomon
That's 0.
Hamono has it for the Bulldogs,
Mariners.
11 from halfway.
Back to 1. That's his first. Give us 10, Mariners. Give us 10.
Darren Britt plays it. Mitch Newton, the other front
That's
rower,
2.
takes play inside the Mariners' territory.
Wait. That's his
Gillies
first.
look to offload.
Here it is, here
And
it
too
is.
many players hanging off him. Great run by Norton. But the pass has gone astray. And it will be the Mariners that come away with it. So Travis Norton opened them up and he couldn't get the pass into the hands of one of his teammates.
Back to
And
1.
a half a chance there. And the Mariners come away with it.
That's his first. Here it is, Canterbury. Make it come, wait.
It's going to be a very important period, this next 2 or 3 tackles here, Clarkey. They've got to get themselves good field position and put a strong kick in. You have a look here, we see Rod Silver standing very shallow
Here it is, here it is.
in the Canterbury defence. They've got to be able to get the ball probably 30 or 40 metres over behind. If they turn it over somewhere here, they're in grave danger.
Make it come.
McCormick stealing some valuable metres from dummy
That's
half.
5. All the way.
About 6 from halfway. Halligan under no real pressure as he races back towards his own goal line to pick it up. And chasers are there to stop him. 6 points to 4. Canterbury over Hunter Valley. The Mariners.
That's his first. Here it is, Mariners.
Hetherington at dummy half. Polomounta having a dart on his own, but he runs
That's
into
2.
Piccinelli and also Iro.
That's 3. Release him, release him. No hand in there, he lost it. He lost control of it, knocked it off.
Mistake there by the Bulldogs. And Darren Britt is not too happy with himself there. Well, the referee said there was no hand in there. I saw one. Number 18 is a replacement for the Bulldogs. That's Michael Smith, packing down in the front row nearest the camera. A rugby convert from New Zealand. Nick Zisti plays it for the Mariners. They trail by 2. Godden.
That's 2. Release him.
32 out from the Bulldogs line. Troy Stone,
That's 3. All the way,
another
fellas.
St George Grand
Try.
finalist from last year. Iro, switch of play. Piccinelli finding the support. That's a great pass underneath from the inside player, Gavin Thompson, into touch though. The young 20-year-old didn't really have too much room to move on the wing on that occasion.
The ball getting put round the corner by young Scott Hill. He's only a young fella. We mentioned in the pre-game speeches that he was a fella that had great potential in the game. Big enough potential that Terry Lamb has likened him and has already labelled him the next Brett Kenny. So he's certainly got a lot to follow, and he looks like he's got plenty of ability on board.
This time the penalty goes to the Bulldogs.
That's his first.
And
Release him,
Travis
release
Norton
him.
took a quick tap there to try and catch him napping.
That's two.
This is Smith, the
Release
replacement,
him.
on his second season of rugby league, and they had big raps on him
All
at
right, all right.
Belmore Way. The dummy from Pollamouta, but they didn't
That's
fall
his
for it.
first. Release him. Get off him.
Gillies. Good run by the skipper.
He held it. That's four.
Shaped a pass on the inside, but he just couldn't free the ball.
They're all on.
Norton. That long pass out
That's five.
to Ryan, who scored the opening try. Final tackle. Travis Norton. Off the side of the boot into the in goal, and it's going to be over the dead ball line, so off target with that bomb. Bit of a wasted kick, in fact.
Got him one. Release him. Play where you are. That's two.
Cormac.
No, didn't take his hands off. That's three.
Troy Stone about
Here it
5
is.
from halfway.
Release him.
Willie Po Ching,
That's four.
Western Samoan international, played a couple of tests at the World Cup in '95. Iro showing it, eventually takes the tackle.
Here it is, here it is.
15 to go to half-time, and it's a final tackle in this set for the Mariners.
Winger, give him 10. Winger, winger.
El Masri,
That's 0.
10 out from his own line.
Wait, back to 1. That's his first. Here it is.
Timu,
That's 2. That's 3. Release him,
strong
release
running
him.
again by Darren Britt. Hetherington allowed to pick up an easy 10 to 15 metres from dummy half. Norton.
That's 5. Here it is, Mariners.
Final tackle coming up in this set now for the Bulldogs.
Ball chasing
Pollamouta
on.
gets the kick in.
Play on, play on.
Pretty good soccer skills there by Gavin Thompson, but not good handling. Well, he looked very confident as he trapped the ball with the boot, and then he was very casual indeed on the pickup.
Well, even more experience will give better ideas, I guess, but he really had no idea or no real reason to race into the ball and try and pick it up. He's only putting his team under immense pressure, and that's certainly what's going to happen after this scrum finishes.
Hold it in there, lock, Mariners.
6 points to 4, the Bulldogs over the Mariners, with Canterbury with a real scoring opportunity here. Matthew Ryan, 20 metres out. Robert Ralph off the interchange bench. He's 10 from the line. Big lineup out to the left. Halmono, they have some numbers. Quick hands. Timo stepping on the inside, gets it out to his Kiwi teammate Halligan. And the Bulldogs are in. They had too many numbers. Was it a forward pass? The referee says no. Wally Lewis will give an opinion shortly, I'm certain of that, but it's 4 points on the board to the Bulldogs.
Well, they just had far too many numbers, as you called it, Clarkie. They went across there. They had 6 on 3, and no chance in the world at stopping them. The thing that has raised the eyebrows is this pass, though. Perhaps, well, it could have gone backwards. It was very flat, no doubt about that. It was a little bit surprising to see Timu did go himself. All he had to do was simply draw the defender and pass. to leave his winger Halligan go in untouched. But the points are on the board. It doesn't matter whether it was forward at the moment.
Timu thought he could do it on his own. Line ball decision. It goes in favour of Halligan. And now he has the opportunity to add the extra 2. Well, normally you'd say this is a difficult conversion attempt. It's a half a metre in from the far touch.
Yeah.
But he is one of the super boots of Super League. Tried to swing it around. Didn't do it on that occasion. But it's now 10 points to 4. Canterbury over the Mariners. And a timely try, that one for Canterbury, getting close towards half-time in this heat.
Yes, there's not long to go now, and it really does show, Greg, the immense importance that mistakes can play in these games. Now, they're all professional sportsmen. You can't get by a game at this level, of course, without making a mistake, but where the mistake is made is the real problem. The ball, of course, a little bit slippery. They're talking about 28 degrees with almost 75% humidity here in Newcastle, and it looks like they could get some thunderstorms this afternoon.
Got him one, let him go.
You're a weather expert now as well.
Well, along with those temperatures, it always does put a little bit of extra grease on the ball and makes playing footy uncomfortable.
Well, there's a mistake there. You said it's where you make the mistake that counts, and now it is the Bulldogs with a real opportunity here.
Well, Greg, I think we're going to see one of the fellows get a bit of a rap over the knuckles while he goes into the Hunter Mariners dressing room at half-time for dropping the ball. But I believe Chris Anderson will be twice as angry at his player for getting up to play the ball and knocking it forward. Only a little hand in there to make it uncomfortable, but as he got up, it was a nice right cross that got under the ball there. So maybe he has a reason for having a little bit of a mistake, an added mistake to his list this afternoon.
Michael Smith, the man in question, but there was a hand that knocked the ball out. And it's the Mariners that come away with it.
Got him that one, let him go.
Poaching.
That's 2, release him.
30 metres out from the Hunter Valley line. Their own line. Great work. But Goldthorpe hasn't got any support with him. Well, they open them up down the middle again. Robbie Ross keen to get involved from fullback. This will be a penalty. Yes, a professional fouled that one. And it is Michael Smith who's been sent to the sin bin for 10 minutes. Taking the player out in an offside position. 9.5 minutes to go, 10-4.
Release him.
It is Canterbury in front, but they're down to 12 men. Justin Dooley, strong running down the blind side, but it's a pretty good defence on him as well. Pitch it early. Oh! He was clobbered by Halmono, but Solomon Halmono came off second best. He's very groggy, and it's play on out wide. Now there's a chance for the Mariners. The inside pass looked to be a line ball. The referee says it's a try. No, he's called for the third referee. So for the first time in this match, Steve Clark has called for some electronic assistance.
The judgment, of course, is going to be made on whether the ball is actually grounded correctly. It can't be made over the forward pass. It certainly looked like he didn't have any problems getting the ball down on that occasion. It came from a wonderful pass from young Scott Hill as well earlier in the play, the fellow that we likened to the next Brett Kenny. Of course, the Canterbury defence, 2 players short on that occasion. Halmono laying on the ground, very badly injured. He's actually landed just a fraction short. Has he slid across the line? Well, it doesn't seem to matter too much whether he rolls over, as long as he doesn't make a second motion with the arm to put the ball down.
So Steve Clark just waiting for a decision here. It's better taking some time, and I'm sure the players will appreciate a bit of a breather. The Mariners will be hoping that the decision goes in their favour. I want to take advantage of the fact that the Canterbury Bulldogs are down to 12. Oh, it's touch and go there. Did the momentum carry him across before the roll?
Well, it doesn't make any difference whether he got the roll on, as long as he doesn't make a second motion with the arm that is carrying the football for the double movement. The ball, all it's got to be doing, of course, is touching the line. Gee, you'd be a brave man to call that one no try, especially here.
Well, we're still waiting for some communication between the third referee and Steve Clark out in the middle. Simon Gillies talking to Steve Clark there. I wonder if he's saying make a decision yourself.
Just the part that's confusing me, Clarkey, though, is what he could rule as to be no try. He didn't lose control of the football when he landed on the ground. When he rolled over, it wasn't a double movement. It was simply the motion that took him over to the ground where it was taken to the floor. So it looked like quite a common sense decision that it was going to be a try.
Well, it looked a fair try from the many replays we've seen. Now you know why the man in the middle looks for a bit of advice from time to time.
Yeah, mate.
I think it's Paul Barquette, the man in question. The ball is grounded before the line, but does the momentum carry him across? Halligan doing everything possible to stop it from going across the line.
You're going to put it on the screen. Yeah, you're going to put it on the screen.
It's a try. Well, it took some time. The locals agree with it, so does Noel Goldthorpe and the cheerleaders.
Obviously what the referee was saying, are you going to put it on the screen? He wanted the fans to be a little bit impressed before he got the decision to be made.
So they've bridged the gap now, 10 points to 8.
That's all right, mate. I lost you totally as well. You know, I was talking to you, but apparently you couldn't.
And an important kick for Zisti. McCormick, one of the more experienced players in this Mariners lineup. What a great day it must be for a guy like Robbie McCormick.
Yeah, okay.
Played for Newcastle for many years before moving across to the Mariners. There's 2 from 2 so far. Zisti. This one to tie up the ball game. He's done it. The kick successful. Things looking much better now for the Mariners as Brett Godden looks on. 10-all.
Stay behind the line, guys. Stay behind the line. Hang on. Hold it up. Hold it up.
Noel Goldthorpe kicking off. And now the pressure comes right back onto the Bulldogs with that man in the sin bin.
Got him one there,
yes, that's the part that, of course, has come to play a very heavy role in it. At the time when the try was put down, we mentioned that 2 players were actually out of action.
Wait.
Manau was laying on the floor, courtesy of that slamming tackle that he tried to, well, that he did put on, but came off second best. There's still 1 man down at the moment.
And that's the mistake the Mariners were looking for. Travis Norton couldn't control it. The Mariners couldn't control it either, but I think they'll get the feed into the scrum.
Mariners feed loose. Back it off, back it off.
The scrum is 35 metres out from Canterbury's line. Godden. Pushed off Ryan.
Got him one! Release him,
Eventually
release him!
has to take the tackle. Robbie Ross is at fullback down the blind side. Poaching. Bounced out of a couple.
That's 2! He's got it, he's got it! Wait.
Dooley
That's 3. Clearing, clearing. Make it come. Make it come.
Goldthorpe. Intercept. Halligan. Has he got the pace to get away? Not anymore. And he loses the ball, and so it's been picked up now by the Mariners and Beecham.
That's 0. Release him,
About a
release
metre
him,
inside
release him.
the
Here's
Bulldogs'
Perry.
territory.
Back to 1.
Iro. Left-footed kick. And into touch. Pretty good skills from the big man.
Were good skills on the kick, but I was just a little bit surprised at his decision to make the kick. It was on the 0 tackle, of course, the first time that the new attacking team received possession of the ball. It is a free tackle, so they hadn't quite had their first tackle with the football when he made the decision to kick through. Perhaps if that had stayed in play, might have been a little bit easier for his winger to cash in on it.
Release him.
Norton plays it.
That's 2. Release him. Here it is, here it is. He held it up. That's 3.
Team that got one around their ears on that occasion. No real malice involved, so it's play on.
That's 4.
Robert
Here it is,
Ralph
here it
is a
is.
couple of metres inside the Mariners' territory.
That's 5.
Hetherington,
Here it is, here
the
it is.
probing run from dummy half. Norton has the kick over the top.
See you on Rock.
Robbie Ross has it covered. Halligan has him covered almost. And Ross gets away from 3 of them eventually. He's put to ground 5 out from his own line.
Wait. Just roll out, just roll out. Just roll out. Back to 1. That's his 5. Push him down. That's 2. Here it is, here it is.
Bradley Godden,
That's his 5. Here it is,
Australian
Canterbury, here
representative
it
in
is.
1992. Dooley back to McCormick, standing flat-footed.
That's 4.
Nowhere for him to go.
Now roll out,
A real
roll out.
traffic jam
Wrong
around
team, away.
the ruck on that occasion.
Hey.
Iro. Quick hands, numbers over on the far side. The cover gets across there, but the pass inside the Beecham was a good one. Dragged down from behind by Solomon Halmoto. How good was that cover defence by Halmoto? Saved a certain try, but it's still the Mariners on the charge. Hill, McCormick, over to Iro. Iro, the numbers Stone on the inside to Dooley. Dooley gets it out to Poaching, but he's into touch. He takes the corner flag. Oh, the Mariners on fire at Breakers Stadium, but they come up empty-handed.
Clarkie, we've seen some wonderful skills in that set of 6. A magnificent chase from Halmono. The big bloke got probably 30 or 40 metres across field and then chased down another 30 backwards to save a try, a certain try. And then we've seen the Mariners try to spread the ball to the far left-hand side. They look to have a 2 or 3 man overlap. Again, the Canterbury defence is held out somehow.
That's 2.
They're 10 from halfway now, the Bulldogs.
No.
And Polamatta
That's
makes it to the
3.
50. Mitch Newton to Norton. Matthew Ryan. Great fend! Ryan for the corner! They covered him! He's there! A double to Matthew Ryan. And the Bulldogs are back in front. What a fend.
Yes, it was a very good fend.
Canterbury was good by Matthew Ryan. Canterbury 14.
Brad Godden, I'm sure, will feel that is probably one of the worst phases of his play. Simple 2 or 3 seconds. There looked to be ample opportunity. The finishing touches of the try. A little bit difficult asking Robbie Ross to get across. They're sweeping the ball to the side. They had they had a man over in their defensive pattern. One stayed on the inside. It was a very, very simple tackle to the left-hand side. Probably 2 or 3 metres short.
So they're down to 12 men. And with this great run down the touchline by Ryan, the Doggies are back in front, 14 points to 10. And Halligan, well, you can see He's not too far from that touchline.
What a difference a mistake makes.
Time out.
Tony Iro, the captain, not doing much talking at the moment. He's been leading by example, having a fine game in the second row. Disappointed with that. Willie Po Ching can only think about almost scoring at the other end, and within a minute or so the opposition is scoring.
Time out, yeah. You get some sand. Go the other side, you get some.
Now the radar is offline again for Halligan from out wide, but it's 14 points to 10. Canterbury over Hunter Valley, the Mariners. And once again, the scoring team has the restart. Travis Norton kicking off. What are your thoughts on the battle of the young 5'8", Norton and Hill?
I probably think that Norton started off far the better. And again, his team did as well, so the confidence level tends to skyrocket quite naturally with that. But some of the passes that I've seen from young Scott Hill over the last 3 or 4 times that he'd had it, the one that I did mention is the last one that he had that set up a certain try. We've got 2 great young kids in the making here.
The Mariners continue to throw the ball around. Now Bradley Gotten takes on Silver, turns on the inside, looks to link up, and he picks up Troy Stone. Stone on the knees. That's not allowed.
You were tackled.
Well,
A let off for Canterbury there. He had both knees on the ground as Wally Lewis goes for the rule book. As we look at it again.
it was funny, I was just reading this rule on the way up in the bus, and it said that he may be on his knees but can pass the ball as long as the hand doesn't touch the ground.
Well, his hand,
Got him,
not
fellas,
one of
that's
his
Let him
hands
up, let him
was
up.
on the
Don't
ground.
Touch him, don't touch him.
Wally Lewis, it's nice to know that you have discovered a rule book at long last.
That's time.
Well, I had to get it so that I continue. There it is there. He had one hand on the ground, the left hand carrying the ball in the right. I don't believe that there'd be too many people that would disagree with it, though, Clarkey. Even his own teammates probably believe that after seeing that for 20 years. That's the way it's normally gone on.
So it's half-time here at Breakers Stadium. Stephen Clark signals time on. Polamatta. First touch in the second half.
Got him, one. Clear him, clear him. Here it is,
15 out from his own line.
Just get back with me.
Almono.
That's two. That's right.
So it's the Bulldogs running it out at their own half, or trying to. Let's go to the sideline now, and the coach of the Hunter Valley Mariners, Graham Murray, joins us. Graham, what was the message at half-time?
Do things that we've done well so far. Our defence was good and our kick and chase was good. But I've been very pleased with our effort.
Graham, probably the only thing that really cost your guys in the first half was the position in which they made the mistakes.
That's right. Well, I thought we were getting on top and then we made a couple of crucial ones down our end. But that's footy, isn't it?
That's his first. There it is, here it
Any
is.
trouble with the heat?
They go early.
Oh, it's hot. We all know. That's the way it's got to be.
Too early.
They'll handle it
Too
all right.
early.
All right, mate, well, we'll let you get back to the coaching box, and good luck for the second 40. Graham Murray, the
Thanks,
coach
boys.
of the
Keep going
Hunter
in and out,
Mariners. So fairly optimistic about his chances, and pretty happy with the first half.
Yeah, and it's good to see. I mean, he would have taken that across to his players, no doubt, and the speech he would have given them would have cooled them down, let them know that the confidence that he has in their first half performance will give them plenty of effort in that second half, and I guess when they haven't been able to have any past experience together, it's exactly what they needed for backbone.
Well, now it is the Mariners.
That's two.
So the
Line,
chance
fellas, line.
to really pour
That's
some
right.
pressure on early in the second half. Piccinelli plays it. Switch of play from Madison. Iro coming into the line.
That's his third.
And
here it is,
offloading.
Canterbury. Here it is. Here it
And
is.
Robbie Ross has lost the football.
He lost it.
So Coach Graham Murray won't be too happy with that early mistake. Just look at the field position. They were
Canterbury
right on
loose.
attack, about 21 metres out from the Canterbury line.
Hold it there, fellas. In you go.
Polamaunda at the feed, he takes it out. Norton. He's
Got
wrapped
him
up
one.
ball
Roll
and all.
out, roll out. Here it is, Mariners.
50 is on there for the Mariners.
That's two. Here it is. Get that foot on it. That's
Gillies
three. Get that foot on
makes
the
it to the
ball.
halfway. 50. Just going back to that Mariners player. Here's Neil Piccinelli, so his number 13
That's
jersey has
four.
been retired already by the look of it.
Play on. Oh, no.
No knock on and that little fumble. And now Polamaunda picks it deep inside.
That's zero.
The Mariners
Release him.
red zone, and Ross
Release
is back
him.
there, absolutely clobbered
Wait,
though.
wait, Canterbury,
He's been
wait.
chasing by
That's
Norton
the
and
one.
also Polamaunda.
That's his first. Here it is. Here it is.
And Gavin Thompson.
That's two. Here it is.
Justin Dooley.
That's his third. Here it is, Canterbury. Here it is. All the way, all the way. That's four. Release him.
Well, there's that simple rucking we were talking about,
That's
Greg. Just
five.
5 rucks straight
Here
to the
it is,
middle of the
here it
field,
is.
looking for a good position to employ the kicking game.
And it's Goldthorpe
Play
now.
on, they're all onside.
Puts it on the ground, and it's going to go into touch about 10 metres out from the Bulldogs line.
Thanks, Rob.
But that's not a bad set of 6.
Yeah, 90 metres
Oh,
made
mate.
in that set of 6. That's what they're looking for.
Playing to instructions. Now, of course, they get the opportunity to put some pressure on Canterbury and try and force a mistake. 14 points to 10. It's the Bulldogs over the Mariners.
Just hold it there, Canterbury. They'll come forward to you. Just hold it there, mate. You're loose. Yep. Canterbury loose. Steady, steady. Hold it in there, Mariners. Play on.
Halligan
Got him one.
in front of
Release
his
him,
own
release him.
uprights, 15 metres out from his own line.
That's two. Here it is, here it is. All the way.
Now Mono to Smith.
Play on, play on.
Good ball back to Hetherington. And almost an intercept there. Well, Robbie Ross just scratches the head, knowing that if he could have controlled the football, it was a certain 6 points,
Canterbury feet loose.
or 4 at least, with the kick to come. So a let off there for the Bulldogs, 5 from halfway.
Back it off, let him in. Back it off and let him in. In you go.
Norton shows it. Thought he
Got him
spotted a
one,
gap, but it
release
soon
him.
closed. Piccinelli and jersey number 50 was there. Joining us
That's
now
two.
is
Here
the
it
coach
is,
of
here it
the
is.
Canterbury side, Chris Anderson. The message at half-time, Chris.
That's three. Clear him, clear him. Here it is, Mariners.
Chris Anderson not quite hearing us. We'll come
Forward,
back to
fellas.
him.
And forward.
So the scrum is going to pack down on the 30-metre mark.
Mariners feet loose.
Mariners will get the feed into the scrum.
Right, Mariners, in you go. Hold it there, Canterbury, hold it there.
That's still 30 minutes to go. It's 14 out of Mariners' 10.
Hill.
Got him one,
Scott
release him,
Hill,
release him.
19
Roll
years
away,
of age.
roll
Played with the
away.
Bulldogs last
Here
year.
it is, here it is.
Tried to hold on to him. But he was one that got away.
That's two.
Beecham right on the halfway
Left
line.
foot on it.
Madison puts it down.
Went forward, fellas.
So both sides really need to settle down in this second break. Concentrate on the handling. Still anybody's game at 14 points to 10 in favour of Canterbury. Polamaunda can't get away
Got
from
him, clear him,
Iro.
that's one.
Also Hill.
That's two. Here it is,
Gillies.
and wait. He lost it.
Well, the ruling is that
Mariners feet loose.
there's a simple knock on. No hands in there. While the scrum packs down, let's go sideline now to the coach of the Bulldogs, Chris Anderson. How are you feeling about the match so far, Chris?
No, we've been pretty sloppy, mate. We've had too much drop ball.
Chris, it's probably very important over the next 10 or 15 minutes that the team just manages to sit down and get back to the game plan, controlling possession, getting a good kicking game going.
Yeah, that's what we talked about at half time, mate. Just being solid and just not coming up with so many mistakes.
Chris, before the match, you did say that you were a little worried about the Mariners. You thought they'd come out fired up with plenty of passion. Your thoughts now?
Yeah, mate, they're doing their best, and they've stretched us a few times. They're probably unlucky not to come up with a try or two, but we've defended pretty well. We've sort of scrambled pretty well anyway in defence. We haven't defended great, but we knew they were going to be tough.
Well, Travis Norton seems to be combining very well with Craig Polomauta.
Yeah, they're good players, mate. They're just, I don't think they're playing at their top at the moment, but they're going to be good players.
Chris, we'll let you get back to the coaching position. Thanks very much. Best of luck for the next 35 minutes or so and the season.
Thank you very much.
Chris Anderson, the Bulldogs coach. And this is Smith, a man that Chris Anderson has big reps on, and that's why he's able to offload the pass with a couple of defenders hanging on to him. 28 metres out from the line. Norton.
That's right, get the foot on it, get the foot on it.
Hetherington plays it, 20 out. Well,
Mariners ball at 0.
in a very good attacking position. This time it is the Bulldogs that cough it up, and the Mariners have it.
That's his first.
They can dart down the blind side, trying to catch the napping.
That's
Goal
right.
for.
Here it is,
What our
Canterbury.
halfback's doing, hitting it up on the second tackle. Now the forwards arrive and combine well.
That's 4.
Tim Madison, a short pass to the other front rower, Dustin Dooley.
Forward, fellas.
Now this is a forward pass.
Well, I don't know whether I agree with that. Very tough. Perhaps the touch judge gave an indication to the referee. It certainly was very flat, there's no doubt about that. Here we see it. I don't know whether that went any distance forward. I think it went directly sideways. But if anything, it's probably eased things up. 2 mistakes each so far.
Right, Canterbury, in you go.
Polomauta to Ryan, who has a double in this match. Polomauta, defence right on top of him on that occasion. Hetherington picks up 10 metres from dummy half.
Here it is.
Silver waits for it.
Get that foot on it.
Mitch Newton.
He lost it.
And the referee has spotted a little knock on again.
Play with your foot. Get the foot, mate. You better get the foot on. Steady, steady, steady. Do you want now releasing? Line, guys, line.
The Mariners up over halfway. Robbie Ross almost through.
Here it is, Canterbury.
Michael Smith just manages to hold on. Marquette has got a try in the first half. McCormick. This is good work by the Mariners, playing with a bit of confidence in this setup. 6 out to Madison, 1 around the corner. The bounce is going to favour them. Beecham picks it up. He needed to free the hands. He had some numbers over on the far side. They keep it alive though. And back it goes down. Ross standing, looking to offload. Madison, straight ahead goes the front rower. 10 metres out from the line. They're down by 4, the Mariners. From dummy half now, only 1 metre out. Final tackle coming up as Ross waits for it. They go to the left, they put it on the ground, and the Bulldogs come away with it. Timeout, there's a player down injured. It's one of the Mariners. Let's hope it's not serious. Or what about the execution of that little movement on the final tackle, Wally?
Well, it's not going to please the coach, there's no doubt about that, or the other 12 players in the team, I suppose. There was some great defence, though, from Craig Polomano to get up very quickly, but you just can't afford to waste opportunities like that. You get to be in those sort of spots all too rarely in matches.
So it's still a 4-point ball game. The Bulldogs leading the Mariners.
Hold it, hold it.
Canterbury have a bit of work to do to get out of their own 20. Timu. We spoke before the match that maybe the centre pairing was a bit of an Achilles heel for the Mariners, but in fact, Zisti and Godden have stood up pretty well. While their opposites, Ryan and Timu, haven't had too many opportunities, although Matthew Ryan has made the most of his limited opportunities, scoring 2 tries. Now it's Robbie Ross.
That's 0.
25 out from his own line.
Back to 1.
Thompson.
That's his first.
Marquette.
That's 2.
Good run to the
That's
halfway.
3. Here it is. Let him up. Let him up. And wait.
And Godden's a bit slow to get to his feet after that run. Goldthorpe. Good ball. Iro. Chance here. Goldthorpe racing for the line. They won't get to him.
Great pass.
Great setup. A great finish. And the Mariners have locked it up at 14 all.
You probably hit it right on the head there, Clarkie. You said great setup, and that's exactly how this movement came. We saw a very structured Canterbury defence, but 6 attackers. A great pass going straight across. Iro hitting a hole a mile wide, and support. He had 4 people in support. Any one of them could have taken that try opportunity.
Look at that pass, and look at the space Tony Iro had to work with. He elected to go on the inside to Goldthorpe. He had 2 men out unmarked on the outside. And he won't score a try as easy as that for some time to come this season, I'd say. No one got a hand to him.
You say 25, Woody?
No, an opportunity, of course, with any of those players to throw the pass. Perhaps he heard an indication from the goal kicker telling him, give it to the bloke on the inside. It'll be quicker, easier to the post.
Well, Nick Zisti's been online with the boot today. 3 successful kicks in the first half. The Mariners haven't been in front in this match at any stage. It was 10 all towards half-time. They went to the break trailing 14-10. Now it's locked up 14 all. He's on target. It's there. And the crowds are delighted. 16 points to 10. The Hunter Valley Mariners over the Canterbury Bulldogs. Can they go on with it, Wally?
You stay behind the line, guys.
Well, I believe they can. Obviously, emotion's going to play a little bit of a part in it over the next 15 or 20 minutes, no doubt about that. But ball control still remains the feature of the game. You look at that, just under 25 minutes to go. You can see the way that all these players, the Hunter boys, want to go on with it from here. They don't want to let themselves down.
So important for a new club
21, here it is,
to get
Mariners,
off to a
all
winning
the
start.
way.
At one stage, it looked like the Adelaide Rams were going to do it last night against North Queensland, but they ran out of steam in the driving rain. And Townsville, 10 from halfway. The Bulldogs down, but certainly not out. Timu, a man that can spark a bit of brilliance. Halligan on the angle run on the inside. He ran into a wall of 3 Hunter Valley Mariners defenders. Silver at dummy half. That's a forward pass. They cannot afford mistakes like that. Miss Newton overrunning the ball, but really, the question should be asked, should the player have passed it?
Well, it wasn't intentional. Very difficult. But strangely, that set of 6 was probably
Steady
Canterbury's
Canterbury.
best that they've had all
Get that front
half.
leg up, outside leg up.
Emotions playing a fair bit with them now.
Play on, play on.
Goldthorpe. Hill. To Ching. Standing out in the centres.
Here it is, Canterbury, here it is.
Piccinelli. Allowed to offload to McCormick.
Here it is, Canterbury, here it is. Locked on.
Well, it's the simple mistakes. They're letting both sides down.
Canterbury loose, where you guys are, we are. Right, Canterbury, you go.
16-14, the Mariners
Got him one,
over the
let him up, let
Bulldogs.
him up, let him up.
And Canterbury are 5 from halfway.
That's time! Here it is, here it is!
Gillies plays it. Britt.
That's 3! Here it is, here it is!
Let's tackle here, fellas.
Here it is,
Tackle.
Mariners, here it is.
Hands out. Martin's in front.
Polomauta looking for some runners. The miss out pass. He finds
That's fine!
Reardon.
All the way, guys, all the way.
Polomauta. Short ball to Norton. Great hands. Great pass, Timu. Halligan puts it on the toe. The kick and the chase. Did he get there?
Gee, I think that's something else.
That call for the third referee.
No, he got down with pressure on.
Great skills by Daryl Halligan. He had players all around. He put it on the toe. Did he win the chase to the ball? Timu thinks he has.
The referee asking, did he put downward pressure? Outstanding handling skills to get across. Travis Norton getting a great ball out there. Timu squeezing it through. A wonderful kick. Oh, I don't think so. Then again, I might be biased.
Stephen Clark waiting for an indication
Where we going?
along with Halligan.
Over the line, was it? Over the line, okay. Go out to the 20. Now, fellas, wait.
Was it grounded before the line? I don't think the coaches will mind the delay of something like this. 4 points in a game like this is such an important one. The decision is on its way. It goes in favour of the Mariners against Daryl Halligan. A near thing, but not close enough. And so the Mariners hold on to their 2-point lead and they restart on the 20. Robbie Ross picks up 10 metres. Oro plays it. McCormick. That went forward. And so a scramble packed down. Canterbury will get another crack at them inside the Mariners' territory.
Canterbury feed loose.
.21 minutes to
Get
go.
that lock in.
Norton. Oh, juggling act there by Silver up from fullback.
Here it is, Mariners, here it is!
Timu. Halligan wants another crack at them.
We lost it.
Now Halligan loses it in the tackle.
Mariners feed loose. Inside, guys. Okay, hang on, fellas. Wait. I'm back. 2 replay, yeah. Bring them on.
The trainer is on there for Canterbury. You can see in the yellow. That's Terry Lamb.
And I'll bet he's asking for double time and a half this afternoon.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's the most famous water boy I've ever seen. Just goes to show what a great Canterbury clubman Terry Lamb is. He may have retired, but he still wants to be out there. He doesn't mind running the water on. I'm sure he's taking a few messages out as well.
Got him one, let him up, let him up, let him up. Don't touch him, don't touch him.
Piccinelli.
That's time.
Driven back in the tackle.
Here it is, here it is.
Troy Stone inside Canterbury territory. Dooley.
Let you come.
Ross.
That's fine.
Again, when they can control the football, they put together a pretty good set of six. The Mariners kicking on the last, and Halligan has it covered. And he gets it out to Polamaunda. Polamaunda had the little legs pumping, but he was ankle tapped from behind by Hill. And now it is Canterbury to get the penalty. Simon Gillies kicks it into touch.
Got him one, clear him, clear him.
And the dummy half for the Bulldogs is Barry Berrigan, former Queensland under-19 representative. And the hooker dummy half role for the Bulldogs. Hughes is on there as well. Over to Ryan on the far side. Into touch. That's good defence over on the far side. Andrew Carriage, the replacement for the Mariners, got across there.
Throw the ball up first.
Matthew Ryan, 2 tries in the first half.
Play on. Got him one, release him, release him. Here it is, here it is. Going on for duels, mate.
Piccinelli standing, looking to offload. Eventually gets it back to McCormick. Iro.
Forward, fellas.
Forcing the pass when it isn't necessary.
Yeah, I think they will get a fairly stern message at the moment. They've got some very good skills. They've got players making themselves available. The real problem seems to be that they just don't know when to pull up.
Hold it.
They've got to remember they're deep in their own half still at the moment. They've got to be able to settle down, kick the field position.
Hughes to Timu.
Got him one. Here it is, here it is. That's two. Here it is, here it is.
Now the forward's going to roll on.
That's
Darren
three.
Brick.
Back you come, back you come.
30 metres out from the Mariners line. Berrigan.
That's four.
Still a couple of tackles remaining in the set.
He never touched you.
An incorrect play the ball. Another thing that will be frustrating the Canterbury coach, Chris Anderson. While they were hot on attack, with at least another tackle to go in the set, the penalty goes to the Mariners, and Tony Iro finds touch with the left foot.
Got him one. Now roll away, roll away, roll away. Don't touch him.
Madison to Stone.
That's two. Here it is, here it is. And wait, down here. That's
Marquette,
three.
one of the try scorers in the first half.
Keep coming.
Just a one try in the second half, and it was a beauty to the Mariners. They're in possession at the moment. Piccinelli.
That's four. Here it is all the way.
Struggling in the tackle, eventually goes to ground a couple of metres from halfway.
That's five. Here it is.
Final tackle. Goldthorpe's in position.
They're all onside.
Rolls over the dead ball line.
Wait,
Mosry didn't have to play it.
Canterbury.
So it'll be a restart back on the 20-metre mark.
Right, mate. Wait, fellas,
I think it's early in the season, but some of the kickers having trouble weighting the ball.
That's his first.
Having trouble getting it to stop in the in goal.
I wasn't sure whether it was just me. I had a look at a few of his kicks in the first half.
Here it is, here it is.
Goldthorpe, and it didn't look like he was kicking them all that hard, but they were travelling a fair distance.
It's a good strong run by Smith.
Makes
it to the halfway. The blind side they go. Darren Britt offloads to Ralph, to Halligan. Dragged down from behind by Piccinelli.
Keep coming, keep coming.
Berrigan a dummy half. Polomata. Hughes. Glenn Hughes. To Timu.
Play on.
Back to Hughes. Polomata couldn't control it.
Went dead off Canterbury, 20-metre place kick. Dead off Canterbury, 20 place kick. 20 place kick, dead off Canterbury.
Clarkie, and it turns out to be a fairly handy tackle by Piccinelli there. That little bit of extra effort that dragged him down. They could have been another 30 or 40
Hold
metres
it, fellas,
up
wait, it's time out. Let's wait. Wait.
McCormack. It's a youngster. Scott Hill. Said to have a gash to the forehead. I guess Scotty Hill will be pretty pleased with his first up effort for the Mariners in Super League. Only 19 years of age.
Mariners, let's go.
Now it's Madison.
Got him one. Here it is, Canterbury. Here it is. Back you come, back you come, back you come, back you come.
Beecham.
That's two. All the way, all the
winger
way.
in just relieving his forwards. Piccinelli.
That's three. Keep coming. And wait, wait,
Ladies and
wait.
gentlemen, the official attendance here today at Rangers Stadium for the first
Four.
game of the Mariners is 6,579. Thank you for coming. We much appreciate it.
Poaching.
6,579.
It's been intercepted though by Reardon, Steve Reardon from the Bulldogs.
That's two.
Berrigan.
Here it is.
Darren Britt.
That's three. Here it is, here it is.
The Bulldogs launching an attack. Hamono.
That's four.
Still a couple of tackles remaining. Polomata has the backs set up out wide. Hughes. Inside pass though to Michael Smith. It was read pretty well by Madison and also Iro. Now it's the final tackle. Polomata.
That's six, change.
Well, that is a waste of... Well, perhaps it was a little bit of confusion there. Maybe I shouldn't be so critical, but I'm sure that the coach will be. Well, they got out of jail.
Now there's another chance here for the Bulldogs.
Zero.
Another
Let him
set of
go,
six.
one,
That's
go,
a zero
one.
tackle.
Wait, wait, wait. Back to one.
Halmono. Real pressure on the Mariners.
That's his first.
With that drop ball, Berrigan a dummy half. Gillies, Reardon, and into touch.
Canterbury. Feed loose to the Mariners.
Well, they still had about 4 tackles remaining. The scrum will pack down 20 metres infield, and the Mariners will have the feed.
With Canterbury. Okay. Back you go, back you go, back you go. Hold it there,
16
fellas.
to
Hold it
14.
there. Let's wait.
Canterbury
Hold it, back you
Bankstown.
go.
The Bulldogs over the Hunter Mariners.
Get it in. Get it in.
I'll correct that.
Get it in.
It's the other way around. Hunter leading by 2, 16 to 14.
It's all right. That's all right. That's one.
And now they try and run it
That's
out of their own 20.
All the way,
Greg, I
fellas.
don't think there'll be too many
All the way.
chances taken in this set. Perhaps the safety of the ball might play a little bit of a
That's
part in it,
right.
but they've got
Here
to
it
just
is,
take
here
the
it is.
5 rucks up the middle, get themselves around about 50 downfield, and then
That's
kick
four.
and chase.
Here it is. Here it is.
Piccinelli up over
That's
halfway.
5. All the way, guys.
Iro.
Stay.
I've never seen Tony Iro kick as much as he has done in this match today.
That's
I
zero.
suppose if
Here
you're
it is,
captain, you're
Mariners.
allowed to do
Here it is.
anything.
Back to one.
Hazim El Masri.
That's his first. All the way, guys. Here it is, here it is, here it is.
Wrapped up by Andrew Carriage.
That's two. All the way, fellas. Play on.
Probably a period of the game at the moment, Clarkie, that I believe that the Canterbury boys will know that they're missing Terry Lamb. This is a particular stage of the game when they need something to happen. He was the guy that used to do it for them.
Here's to Timu. Back to Silva. Berrigan. Britt. Stringing some passes together.
Here it is.
But the Mariners' defensive line holding. And they're a little flat-footed at the moment, the Bulldogs. Now they have some space. Robert Ralph inside to Silva. Silva with the kick. Halligan with the chase. Was Halligan taken out of play? No, it's play on. The Mariners survived that onslaught. And they hold on to lead 16-14. Inside 10 minutes remaining now.
Let's go! At 3!
Richard Swain plays it. Iro standing, looking to offload. Eventually gets it out. And that was great hands as well. Well picked up by Beecham.
And smart play, headed away from the touchline.
Now it's Goldthorpe. Nobody's home. Robbie Ross is giving chase. Ross! Well, they just needed one more chaser and it could have been a try. But Matthew Ryan got back there first of all. There was nobody home for Canterbury. Now the Bulldogs settle it down, 10 out from their own line. Timu.
Let's go!
Smith. A mistake by the big forward. And now the pressure turns yet again onto the Bulldogs.
Congratulations to Wayne Griffin, 5 medals Richard in the Canterbury Super Speed here today. With 8 minutes to go, it's the Newcastle under 16 leading Canterbury 14.
Goldthorpe. And a real chance for the Mariners. Swain is on there for the injured Hill. Carriage. Poaching.
Let's go! Let him up! Right.
A try here might be enough to clinch it for the Mariners. They only lead by 2 at the moment. 7.5 minutes remaining. Goldthorpe. Marquette. That was great defence. The ball was forced out of Marquette with the impact of that tackle, and the Bulldogs have it. Britt still full of running. Halmono. Polamatta throws a dummy, puts a foot on the pedal, but the gap soon closed. Halmono. Well, and the Bulldogs were very lucky to get away with that one. The Mariners tried to recover the football, knocked it on. So Canterbury will get the feed into the scrum.
Inside me.
The referee ruled that the Mariners knocked it on.
Got him one!
Timu, 9 from halfway. Conditions cooler now.
That's two! Line, guys.
The ball has gone forward, so we'll have another scrum.
Scrum in here, Mariners. Inside. Good going. Come on, Mariners, let's go. Let's go. Hold it, fellas. Come on, let's hurry it up. Come on, Tony, let's go. Steady, hold it there, Canterbury. Get it in, get it in.
Goldthorpe. Carriage.
Got him one. Back you come, John Timu. That's it. That's two. Up you
That's
get.
the halfway mark. Oro, the big man, got through the gap, pops it over to Poaching. He throws it on the inside and it bounces back into touch. Half a chance there, but it came to nothing in the end.
With 5 minutes to go, folks, it's the Hannah Mariners 16.
An inspirational performance by their captain, Tony Oro, today. The big man got on the outside, got the pass over. Good handling skills by Poaching. The inside pass went to ground and into touch.
Canterbury lose.
Time running out for the Bulldogs inside the last 5 minutes here. They're down by 2. They led 14-10 at the break. It's now 16-14. A converted try to the Mariners, the only scoring in the second half. Timu across field, linking up with his far winger, but in the end he goes on his own, and that's quite a long run across field before straightening up, and he picked up a good 20 metres. Smith, the big man, puts a foot on the gas. Michael Smith getting very close.
Let him go.
Desperate tackle by the Mariners, pulls him down. Britt, half a metre out.
That's 5. Let him go.
Final tackle coming up for the Bulldogs. What have they got up their sleeve? Polamaunda puts it on the ground and it's been cleaned up by the Mariners. Oh, desperate defence has saved the try.
Back to 1. That's his ball.
First tackle now in this set. Poaching driven back in the tackle by Reardon. Troy Stone.
That's 3.
There's the mistake the Bulldogs wanted. Smith.
That's 0. Here it is.
16 metres out. Hughes shows it on the inside. He eventually gives it to Polamaunda.
That's his bird. Line.
Berrigan waits for the dummy half.
Line.
Silver.
That's
Big
2.
Darren Britt. Berrigan. Hughes throws the dummy. Silver. Rod Silver. Yes! That could be the ball game for the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs. The Doggies fans have waited a long time in the second half for that one. The try scorer Silver doesn't look to be in great shape there. Well, he backed himself, set his sights for the try line, and he put it down between the black dot.
Who's your captain? Craig, who's captain?
It was all about pressure, and it came from that mistake by the Mariners.
I'm going to put you on a report down here for a kick. All right, there was a kick.
Great try, Rod Silver.
Or what the story was that I saw a boot lace out. I'm going to put you on a report, okay? There you go. That's it. You can just stay over there.
So it's 18 points to 16. Silver looks to be okay. Winded as he grounded the ball. Well, a disappointed Mariners side in goal. They had it in the bag, but they couldn't go the distance. First up in the Australasian Super League. Halligan, they don't come much easier than this one for him. There's the extra 2. It's not over yet, but the Bulldogs looking pretty good again. 20 points to 16. Converted try each in the second half.
Wait.
And the Mariners really have to pull something out of the bag now. Good strong run by Tim Madison.
Got him one. Here it is, Canterbury. Here it is.
They'll be looking for their captain, Tony Oro, to try and get out wide, try and find the gap and have someone like Robbie Ross running off him. Easier said than done, though. Here's Oro out wide, quick hands, pitch and alley.
That's three. Let him up.
Ross plays it. Now it's Madison, a little flat-footed over to Poaching. The defence was pretty quick to get to him, and he's left it behind. It was raked away by the Bulldogs. Back to one. Lucky escape for the Mariners. Now or never for Hunter Valley. Beats him away from one. Lost his footing. Goldthorpe. Zesty takes the tackle.
Let him go.
Inside the final minute.
That's four.
Still a couple of tackles remaining. They're still in with a show, the Mariners. Iro. Picked up over on the far side by Thompson. And that is a wasted kick in the end. And that is just about it, I'd say. The clock ticking away. And the Mariners needed to try to level it up. Over behind the corner flag, some of the fans are starting to leave. But if there are any questions about the fact that the Mariners would not be competitive, well, they've been laid to rest.
That's fine, fellas.
They gave it their best shot. As the full-time siren sounds, the first Super League encounter at Breakers Stadium in Newcastle. No joy for the home team, the Mariners. They couldn't go the distance in the end. But on today's performance, when they start to control the football a little better, they're going to certainly be very competitive in the year of '97. But it is the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs who take out this round one encounter. They led by 14-10 at halftime, 3 tries to 1 in the first half, a converted try apiece in the second half. And at the end, they got up by 4 points